Hello there, thank you for joining us here on New Vision TV, and this is the Handshake with me, Lynn Komjisha, where we discuss your personal finances, where we discuss business, and we discuss as well as the economy. Now, I'm joined by my colleague, Paul Busharizi, who helps me understand these things, and in helping me understand, I believe you also pick a leaf or two, who knows? Yeah, I think I would love to get some feedback from you if you learn from these things we discuss every other time. Paul, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
There's a bill before Parliament. The pensions, reform, retirement, benefits. It's a very long sentence that I can't really put down, but it's a bill to do with benefits, retirement, and reform, and a lot of those things. What is that bill?
It's basically a bill to cause the liberalization and reform of the sector. So prior to, as it is now, NSSF is a mandatory savings scheme for social security, for pensions and all. It's mandatory.
Oh, so it's about those...
Yeah, so now what they want to do is they will make saving for retirement mandatory, but not necessarily only with NSSF. Then you can do it with other people. The liberalization comes in.
So it turns out the National Trade Organization is against this, the Organization of Trade Unions actually, is against this deal, and it says it's a raw deal.
There's been, I mean, this bill has been on in the works for more than a decade actually.
Really?
Yeah, and I think they've been, I think, more or less, can you say broadly, two minds on it. On the one side, which is represented more or less by the no two guys, is that, look, if you take away, first of all, they are members of the NSSF board, so in a way they are protecting their own interest.
Yes.
But they also argue that if you let all sorts of people manage our savings, we never know. First of all, they claim that it will be opening up the sector to fraud, and secondly, they claim also that these guys will invest the money outside the country, and there will be really no real benefit to the country, and that's what they want to fight against. Then those gentlemen or the trade unions want it to remain NSSF as a mandatory pension or social security fund as it is now.
Yes.
The other side of the thing is that, look, we urgently need in this country long-term money, which is many times represented by this kind of pension funds and things like that. NSSF, by its nature, is a monopoly, and there are inefficiencies that come with monopoly. For example, they say that, look, if you open up the field to everyone, then these other independent players will be able to go and pick up long-term savings from places where NSSF can't be, and therefore it will be to benefit to the wider country. So
the biggest problem is NSSF?
As it is now, NSSF has a monopoly, and actually it's central to this whole question of reform and liberalization of the sector. What do you do with NSSF? It's at the center of the whole debate.
Wow. So what do they want done?
Well, I think the no two guys basically would rather that NSSF remains the dominant player.
Okay.
I think the realization is that liberalization is here, it's going to come, whether they like it or not. But they want NSSF to still retain a pride of place. And there's some suggestions that maybe instead of still making it that you have to contribute to NSSF regardless. Now, how much that is up to discussion. And then you can, as you want, you can say with other people.
Do they notice this bill has not been passed?
No, it hasn't, yeah, but you have to fight it before it's passed. Otherwise, once it's passed, it's very difficult to unwind it. So I think that's the crux of the matter. But
despite their issues, is this a bill that should, Ugandans should be happy about?
No, absolutely. It's an important bill on an important subject. As I said earlier, it is going to determine how long-term savings are pooled or collected. This is very important because as a country which needs to develop, you need long-term savings.
Yes.
To finance development projects. You talk about factories which will create jobs, or even infrastructure.
Yes.
Dams, roads, railways, ports, and all those. That's where the money normally comes from, long-term thing. So we need to resolve this issue sooner rather than later, so that we can move ahead, going to the future, creating jobs, creating more economic activity, and.
Actually, as I read through an article that talked about this bill, it mentions that you can, with this bill, if passed, one will be able to access their retirement benefits at 40.
Yeah, there's a suggestion that that can happen under certain circumstances,
yes,
and for various uses. So I think one of the suggestions is that if, for example, let's say you started working at 23 when you come out of campus, or 22, by the time you're 40, you might need a home, or you might need to build a house. So they can provide the down payment or the guarantee to the mortgage house to lend you money to build or buy your house at 40.
Okay.
Which kind of it would make it also attractive. I think there are also suggestions about how this fund can also be used to do medical insurance and several other things.
Yes. All right. Now, this is a bill we should look out for. I think if passed, if it has very many issues there. It also talks about the Uganda Retirement Benefits Authority.
Yeah, well, that is already in place.
Okay.
Uganda Retirement
Benefits Authority.
Authority.
UBRA. Yes.
UBRA. That's already there, and it's already, making sure the industry players, the existing industry players, are playing to, the provided
so
rules and guidelines.
It regulates what? Yes,
it will be, well, already, whereas there are already other pension schemes that operate separate with NSSF. NSSF is mandatory. If you're a worker in a company, I think the law, if you're a worker in a company that employs more than 5 people, you should contribute 5% of your gross salary to the thing, and your employer puts on another 10% to NSSF. But in other companies as well, in addition to that, they say we're opening up another provident fund for you. So if you leave the company, you can go with this money. Because when you leave a company, NSSF, you don't really pick it out unless you've retired. You're 55, 50, 55 and above. So there are already players doing the thing we're preparing for. The argument is, I think, really, as I said, NSSF is at the center of this thing. We need to take away this monopoly power of NSSF, or the law is seeking to take away this monopoly power of NSSF, so that instead of doing NSSF on somebody else, you can take all this money and put it elsewhere if you wish, so that you might get better returns.
I think I like the idea, in a way, because I don't have to wait till I'm 55. What if I die before then? And probably I have no...
You're not going to die before 55. So.
Okay. Right. That's how it is. The bill. We should look out for this bill very soon. I don't know if it will be passed. Hopefully. Maybe or maybe not. But thank you for joining us here on The Handshake with me, Lynn Komjisha, and Paul Busharizi. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.